A few years go by. Francesco has recovered from his sickness, and the old dream of arms calls to him again, louder than ever. The chance that comes is the kind that comes only once in a life. In the Italy of those years, war companies are forming for the south, for Apulia, where men fight for the control of the kingdom, and where a young man with ambition can at last earn the belt of knighthood on the field itself. A nobleman from the country around Assisi is enlisting men to go and fight in the service of a great lord. Francesco makes up his mind to join him. This time he prepares in style. His father, always ready to pay for the rise of his son, gets him a splendid outfit, costly armor, a horse, the clothes of a knight. The old accounts keep one gesture that is Francesco from head to foot. Meeting on the road a knight who has come down in the world poor and badly dressed, Francesco strips off his new armor and gives it to him, and stays himself with nothing. It is the same excess of generosity, the same lack of measure as ever. He gives away the very thing he needs, the thing his father has paid for so that he might shine. It is a sign that the logic of careful reckoning never truly took root in him. The evening before he sets out, or in the first days on the road, Francesco has a dream. He sees himself in a great hall full of arms, shields, saddles, all of them marked with the sign of the cross, and a voice tells him that all this will be his and his knights. He wakes up exultant. He reads it as the announcement of the military glory he is chasing, the proof that he will become a great captain of men. He leaves convinced that the dream is a promise of victories. So he comes to Spoleto, a city on the way toward the south, only a few days from Assisi. Here in the night the thing happens that turns the whole course of his life. Francesco has a second dream, or perhaps the same dream growing clear. A voice asks him where he is going. He answers that he is going to Apulia to fight, to be made a knight. And the voice asks him, in the words the biographers hand down, who can do more for him, the Lord or the servant. Francesco answers, the Lord. And the voice replies, then why do you leave the Lord for the servant, the rich man for the poor? When troubled he asks what he ought to do. The answer is to go back to Assisi, where he will be told. This episode must be weighed with care. It is reported by the earliest lives, so it is not a late invention like the little flowers of legend, yet it remains a dream, an inward fact. The documented story tells us for certain the outward deed, not the exact content of the voice, which reaches us filtered through the telling. The outward deed, though, is loud and beyond denying. Francesco, at Spoleto, halfway along the road, abandons the expedition and turns back. He turns his shoulders on war, on honor, on the dream of a lifetime, and rides home to Assisi without having fought at all. To grasp the weight of this turning back, you have to imagine the eyes that met him. He had set out fitted like a lord before the gaze of the whole city to win glory. He comes home a few days later with no battle, no wound, no understandable account of himself. To the mind of that age it was something shameful, almost a desertion. His friends jeer at him, his father is in a fury, the city murmurs. The brilliant young man, the king of the feasts, the would-be knight, has come back like a coward or a madman. No one understands, and he himself, most likely, cannot yet explain it. And yet it is here, in this deed that no one can make sense of, that the life of Francesco truly turns. Not in a glorious vision, but in a renunciation that looked to his contemporaries like failure. For years he had chased one precise dream, shared with his father, kept up by the money of the house, and a single step from reaching it he let it fall. From this moment his road will no longer be the road of everyone else. A strange, suspended time begins, in which Francesco does not know what to make of himself. He is no longer the young man of before, and he is not yet anything new. Back in the town, he withdraws more and more often into solitude. He stops leading the merry companies. He looks for places apart, caves, out-of-the-way churches, and there he spends hours questioning himself. The sources describe him restless, divided, in search of a direction he cannot find. He goes back to the poor, he gives money away but with no clear design. He is a man who is broken with his past and has not yet found his future. And for that very reason he is ready to be touched by what, when he was hale and sure of himself, he would never have looked at. The real turning, the one that has left its trace in his own writings, will not be a voice in sleep, but a meeting of flesh, ugly and concrete, along a road of the plain. A leper, and soon after in a little ruined church, a painted crucifix and a sentence that Francesco will take to the letter. In the next chapter, we enter the heart of the crisis. The kiss given to the leper, the church of San Damiano, and the voice that bids him repair a house falling into ruin.